to another episode of Featured on Red. Today we're looking at the Audi A1 Sportback 5-door model. The Audi A1 is Audi's smallest car in the lineup. It also shares many parts with the Q3, the smallest SUV in their lineup as well. This particular model is the A1 Sport, so it's turbo and supercharged. It's a 132 kilowatt engine, and with the A1 Sport you get a few optional extras like the xenon headlights. These beautiful curved lines are the daytime running lights. They look absolutely fantastic in the rearview mirror of other drivers, just to say I'm driving an Audi. Also, the xenon headlights provide better visibility on the road. They're a lot brighter and a lot cleaner and whiter than standard halogen headlights. Down here we've got the fog lights and the blacked out grille. These fog lights obviously are great for when there's fog out. They get cut underneath the fog so you can get a wider field of vision. They extend wider than the actual vehicle itself. And the blacked out grilles just adds that sporty touch. You don't have that shiny chrome that the other Audis do. It just says, look, there's a sport line coming. As you can see with the A1 Sportback, you've got a bit more of a front overhang and almost none at the back. So it's basically a 4x4 wheel design. So going around corners is absolutely fantastic. Also with the Sport line, you've got optional 18-inch alloys. They're absolutely stunning. At the front, you can see air intakes, so to cool the brakes obviously. And on the top of the car, panoramic glass sunroof. With the S-Line A1 Sportback, you've got a beautiful sport rear bumper. It's got a massive intake here. It's honeycomb. It's absolutely fantastic. I come around to this side. You can see the twin exhaust. They provide a beautiful engine note. You'll see when we get in the car. It's absolutely fantastic. The new lights, absolutely fantastic. These are actually the xenon lights, but they come included with the xenon lights at the front as well. So they've got LED and this almost liquid-like lighting. It's absolutely beautiful. There's no dots like the old one. It's not a dot matrix design. It's just absolutely fantastic. It flows, it's got sharp angles, and they're actually better visibility so people on the road can actually see you a bit better. As you can see with the boot space, it's actually quite wide. There's almost no lip to load things over. It's absolutely fantastic. You've got some underfloor storage, and you've got a space saver wheel under here, so if you get a flat, you can easily interchange them. Parcel health here, it is removable just by these strings and clips here on the side. It's great. Also, if you have the tailgate open, because it's quite a wide opening, you want to carry flat pack furniture, anything like that, these actually act as your tail lights, so you've got indicators, brake lights, and the nighttime running lights as well. You can fold down the seats. I'll go around and show you what I mean by that. As you can see, it's a 60-40 split, so you get great load area. Put this one down as well. Lies almost completely flat. It's great for loading in furniture, as I said before. It's absolutely fantastic, nice wide load area. Very long as well, so ski bags, snowboards, flat pack furniture. This is great. So now we'll move on to the rear doors. They open fairly wide, but as you can see, the aperture doesn't open all the way to the front, so it's not a full wide opening. This is because this is obviously based on the hatch, the coupe, the two-door model, so it's not as wide as you'd expect from a regular hatchback. So as you can see with the rear room, legroom's all right. This seat's actually set up to my driving position, so if I was driving the car, I'm not too tall. As you can see, headroom is also a little bit hindered. I've got about that much headroom. It's not fantastic for a long journey, but if you're just going down to the shops or just going down to the cinemas or something, it's fine. Not really for carrying adults on long journeys, as I said. Got these adjustable headrests here, so they obviously provide a bit of support. As you can see, I'm a little bit cramped. We've got these fantastic slopes in the rear seats, provided a bit of cushion here by the leather seats, so you can actually push your legs in, but I don't recommend, doing that over a long period of time. You might warp the leather. Also with the headroom, you've got these beautiful contours, these beautiful slopes in the roof. They obviously help provide a bit more headroom, but just for people of my stature, a bit taller, it's kind of a bit difficult. They don't work all that great. Now you're joining me in the front of the A1 S-Line Sportback. Beautiful interior. You can see the contours of the dash, these beautiful slices, cut lines around the air vents. These air vents, actually, I want to focus on these for a minute. These actually individualized, so when you buy the car you can fit different color-coded options. Absolutely fantastic. You can match the exterior of the car, you can suit the interior to the style of the vents, you can do anything like that. It's absolutely beautiful. Got single zone climate control here. There are many different options. You can have the dual zone option, you can have the standard air conditioning option, which is actually standard on the vehicle. Also carrying on from the center console, as you can see up here, we've got the Audi multimedia interface, so it's the MMI system. This is actually an updated version for this car. The main menu, it's been updated a bit. This isn't the navigation model, so you don't have navigation in the middle slot where you would think it would be. You can also see a bit of pixelation. This isn't the super high-res display that you can get with the navigation model. You can see different options. We've got the tone settings, radio, the media, so this is for Bluetooth media, playback, also CDs, the traffic info, telephone, so this is your Bluetooth telephone, and obviously your car settings, so your daytime running lights if you want those to be on, the intervals in which your wipers go on, the time at which your auto lights go on, all of that sort of stuff is controlled through that menu. The S-Line steering wheel, got this beautiful perforated leather. It's actually quite chunky as well, so you get a beautiful grip on the wheel. Paddle shifters, also for shifting the dual clutch gearbox, absolutely fantastic. It's denoted the S-Line model here. Beautiful steering wheel, I absolutely can't get enough of this steering wheel, it's absolutely fantastic. I'm just going to sit in this beautiful S-Line bucket seat while you admire the beautiful contours and sweeps of the dashboard. Driving the A1 S-Line. So this is the sport model, as I said. You get a turbocharged and a supercharged engine. First thing I noticed going over that bump, the suspension is a bit firm. You can kind of get used to it, but it'll always be there, just back of your mind, just, oh, the suspension is a bit firm in my car. Also, something else that's a bit firm is the steering. It's actually quite weighty. That's the first thing I noticed when I got in the car and I turned the wheel. Wow, this is a very weighty steering wheel. It's absolutely fantastic. I love it. Going around corners, you get a lot of feedback from the wheel. It's not like the other models, the very light, very twitchy steering. This is absolutely fantastic. Heaps of feedback. I love it. S-Line steering wheel, very chunky as well. Absolutely beautiful. Going down this road, it's very smooth. The engine is absolutely fantastic. Dual clutch gearbox, smooth as anything. Paddle shifters here, they're great. Go up and down a gear whenever you want. You can also use the gear shifter itself as the manual option in case you don't want to use the paddle shifters, you're not too familiar with that kind of technology. Audi has always been on the forefront of these sorts of engineering advancements, and bringing paddle shifting and dual clutch to such a small car, it's just fantastic. I don't know a single other auto car maker that has brought that kind of advancements to their smallest vehicle in the lineup. And the dual clutch gearbox is actually as standard. So even with the Audi A4, with one of the bigger models, you don't get the dual clutch gearbox. You get a CVT gearbox. So just this sort of advancements on this sort of car, I just find that astounding. The performance of this particular S-Line model, the turbo on the Supra is absolutely fantastic. I'm not sure if this guy's pulling out or what. Absolutely fantastic. As you can see, put your foot down, you hear that beautiful engine note. It's loud, it's crisp, it's absolutely fantastic. You don't get that from some of the higher models. They've got the padding and all that. You don't get the raw sound of just driving. Absolutely fantastic. Sorry if I'm throwing my cameraman around back there, but it's just an absolutely beautiful drive. The firm suspension is, as I said, ever present, but you can get over it just because you can hear that stunning engine note. And when you put your foot down, you know you're going to go. It's just fantastic. As with every car, there are negatives. One of the negatives is the rear visibility. It's not great, it's pretty limited, you can't see a hell of a lot out the back. But it's not as bad as some might say. The BMW 1 Series is just as bad, so you can get around that sort of thing. The wing mirrors also provide a massive blind spot. When I say massive, I mean you could fit a lorry in the blind spot that these things create. But you just have to counter that with a little head check, you'll be fine. As with every car, the Audi A1 S-Line does have a few drawbacks, namely the mirrors, the rear visibility and the firm ride. But performance, styling and the brand car makes up for that. It's an absolutely beautiful little car, beautiful lines, swept back roof, I absolutely love it. Steering wheel, fantastic perforated leather, S-Line, round airbag, absolutely brilliant. So at the end of the day, would I buy the Audi A1 S-Line? Yes, I would. I want to say thank you to Audi Mornington for letting us review this unit. Very gracious, and if you're down Peninsula, go and check them out. maybe buy a car while you're at it. Thanks for watching.